freaking finally Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and more confirmed for PlayStation 5. We gotta talk about that right now. What is up, SmackNPie? SmackNPie here. Welcome back to another Last of Us video. It's been a while since we talked about The Last of Us, but today's a big day. I opened Twitter, Instagram, and bam, Naughty Dog is out here with a huge announcement. They said on Twitter and Instagram, quote, "We are excited to share that all of our PS4 games will be backwards compatible on PlayStation 5, including The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Uncharted 1 to 3, and the Jack series." So they got you covered on that part as well. Now, one might say that why did they miss The Last of Us Day, a huge opportunity to just talk about this, the same tweet? They could have just shared this tweet right here on The Last of Us Day. Many who got disappointed, faces and reactions would have been far different. But there's a theory going around that Games Radar, I believe, or Forbes talked about a few days ago, where they said that they had embargo for PlayStation 4 so that it couldn't talk about anything at all related to their games. I'm talking Naughty Dog in specific for PlayStation 5. But now that embargo is over, because they gave the timeline as well of like a few months, now that it's over, they can finally talk about it, and they did. But not only that, we got some more confirmation on PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying that there are 11 games you can't play on your PlayStation 5. Those games aren't that big of a deal, but 99% of the games, more than 99% of the games you can play on your PlayStation 5, confirmed by Senior Vice President of Platform Planning and Management on PlayStation Blog. Quote, "We are focused on the huge catalog of games on PlayStation 4, and we are pleased that more than 99% of games of PlayStation 4 will be playable on PlayStation 5 on day one. This includes games that have defined the PS4 generation, from critically acclaimed PlayStation exclusives like The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima to blockbuster hits from our third-party partners." But not only that, there is another part that really got my attention, and this is something we all should be looking forward to. There's another section in it that says, "What is the PS4 game experience like on PlayStation 5? Now, assuming that when we say titles like Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2, it should be an automatic 4K 60 frames per second, or at the very least 1080 60 frames per second. We didn't got a clear explanation on that part, but let's read it anyway. "PS4 titles get even better on PlayStation 5. Select PS4 titles will see increased loading speeds on PlayStation 5 console and will also leverage Game Boost, offering improved or more stable frame rates. Some titles with unlocked frame rates, just like The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4, or dynamic resolution up to 4K, may see higher fidelity. Additionally, PlayStation 4 games will also take advantage of some of the PS5's new UX features, but more to come on that later." It's quite vague, because they say some games will be able to get their frame rates up there. We're interested in exclusives like Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2 in specific. Ghost of Tsushima officially on Twitter confirmed that the players on PlayStation 5 will see the Game Boost that'll allow the frame rate up to 60 frames, and loading speeds will go up there thanks to the SSD. So that's great and fantastic. Hopefully the same goes for Last of Us 2. Take it away, Smack. A YouTuber went out of their way to play around with the slow motion of the game, and then they speed it up to give it a feeling of 60 frames per second. As you can see on your screens right now, it is out of the question that we need that improved frame rates, 60 frames per second, for The Last of Us Part 2. That will be awesome. We are not sure if we will get that upgrade as well, or it will be just the same PS4 version that you can play on your PlayStation 5. I really hope there is an unlocked frame rate at the very least. I don't care about 4K 60 frames per second, but I do care about 1080 60 frames per second, because we know most of us will be playing on 1080 anyway. We're also gonna see the SSD coming into action, hopefully, because one of the frustrating things about The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 4 was obviously its loading time, so we're gonna see how that works. Obviously, games now being installed on SSD instead of HDD. It's gonna be interesting how this takes turn, but this is a good day for PlayStation 5 news, except these 11 games right now on your screens. DWVR, Afro Samurai 2 Revenge of Kuma Volume 1, TT, Isle of Man, Right on the Edge 2, Just Deal With It, Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson the Journey, We Sync, Hitman Go Definite Edition, Shadwen, and Joe's Diner. Now, some might say, oh, this isn't that much of a miss out for PlayStation 5, but some might find it a bit disappointing, especially with Hitman on the list. However, most, if not all, games that are not in this 11 list you can play on your PlayStation 5 day one. As you all know, I got the Blu-ray PS5 pre-ordered, so the first game I am playing ever is Last of Us Part 2. Maybe Last of Us Remastered, then Last of Us Part 2, but the Last of Us franchise will be the first game that I will play on PlayStation 5. So hopefully in the future, as they said themselves, we'll learn more on that later. So hopefully in the future they say that yes, we will do the 60 frames for Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 5. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would leave it here. Do let me know now that Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us are confirmed for PlayStation 5. How do you feel about this? Do you think that the PC rumor for a Last of Us 2 port will become a reality, or at least the first game, Last of Us Remastered at the very least, to come on PC? Now that Horizon Zero Dawn is on PC, Bloodborne is already coming on PC. Do let me know, how do you think about all of this news? And as always, subscribe if you're new here. Join us as we move forward to our 50k quest, 2k on Twitter, 500 on Insta at SmackNPie. I'll see you boys on the flip side.